Okay.
Last night, I had a really great event. The amount of people we had was like, we had a lot of people at the event. We had a packed, sold out house.
Right.
I'm still mad that we didn't make the bottle sales from another event that happened a few weeks ago.
Live from New York, it is the Sargie Rhonel Show.
Hi guys, I'm Sargie Rhonel. Welcome to the hot seat. We have someone very special. He is known as a promoter. Please welcome Jessie to the show. Come on in. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. First, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? And tell people what you do.
Oh, feeling great.
Okay.
Weather's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Things are amazing for right now.
Okay.
I am an event planner and I host events.
Mm-hmm.
And, most of what I do is about community building. So,
What kind of events do you host?
we do Afro beats.
Okay.
I'm a piano. We're focused on African events.
Okay. And like, what got you started into that? You could have done anything else. What got you started to that?
Oh, I didn't start with Afrobeat music.
Okay.
I think we started it with hip hop music. It's one of those things you start for the money and you stay for the culture.
Okay.
When I was 16, I met a man named Murphy.
Okay.
And he was a concert promoter.
Okay.
And he was looking for somebody to help him pass out flyers.
Mm-hmm.
I had much to do, so I said, why not? Like, I'll help you out.
Okay.
We went out, we passed the flyers around. I was a young guy. I was thinking, this is a good opportunity. I can meet girls, I could do stuff, have fun. Word got back that we were distributing the flyers.
Okay.
I think he gave me, and this was a long time ago, it was like $100.
Okay.
20 tickets and 2 backstage passes to like a really big concert at the time.
All right.
That was a really great payday. Probably if you were 16 and somebody gave you $500 right now, 20 tickets.
That'd be a lot of money.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's something people misunderstand about you? Because you're in this industry, people probably have a particular vision about you. What's something that people most understand about you that you have heard?
People from the outside looking in think I am the biggest party animal.
Okay. Is that not true?
Probably not.
Okay.
It's hard. It's different when you're in the industry. It's work. Your job is to facilitate everybody else's enjoyment.
Okay.
So it's just it's a rewarding business to be in.
Do you get to enjoy also, or you just feel like it's just strict work?
You ever work at your favorite fast food restaurant?
No, I would not work at my favorite fast.
I don't know. Kids, when you're a kid, you work at random places.
Okay.
You ever work somewhere you love to shop?
I think I'll always be there and not leave. Like, for example, Shein or Fashion Nova or, I don't know, Fancy Beauty or Sephora. I don't think I'll ever leave.
Well, what's your favorite food?
Red Lobster.
Okay. And Red Lobster would be great to eat today, right? Tomorrow would be dope as well. And the day after that.
Right.
And then 60 more days. And you just eating Red Lobster every day forever.
You don't get tired of eating?
You still like it, but it's this thing you're eating you want a little bit of variety, right?
Right.
You're eating the same thing every day. When you work at your favorite fast food restaurant when you're a kid, you don't love the food as much. You're just in it.
Exactly.
I love what I do. It's just harder for me to, I don't know, just so many years of doing it, it's just harder for me to have the type of fun everybody else has. But my fun comes from seeing you and everybody else that does want to come out from time to time,
right?
Enjoy themselves. So
basically, who influenced you to get into this field? I remember you mentioned that when you were 16. Is he still the influence?
There was a lot of it. So
okay.
We had a lot of bird brain ideas when I was a kid. And one of them was I'm not saying it's a bird brain idea, we were thinking about how we were going to make money.
Okay.
And money is an important thing until you make it. And then you realize it's not what you thought it was.
Okay.
So we were like, hey, let's open up a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, I think I was 17 years old. We could not get into the clubs, but we were trying to do the math on how much nightclubs make. We were sitting over there calculating how much cover charges are, how many people were walking in the door, what their potential profit was,
Right.
learning how they made money, how drink specials benefit the nightclub. I was asking security questions outside, even though I couldn't get in. And we were just doing our homework.
How did your parents feel about you being 17, 16, trying to pursue this career? Because I know African parents.
Yes, I was. At that time, my parents were going through they were going through their divorce process. So there was a little bit of a distraction. I had a little bit of leeway. It was harder for them to pay attention to what we were doing.
Okay.
And 17s, I'm always like, I'm also a boy, and I'm also the firstborn. So they're like, they're getting ready to send me off to college at that point. So
they didn't really care as much.
Yeah, it was my little brother and sister they were more worried about at that time.
Okay. So I've noticed you're probably not the only one that do this. There's other people, right? What would you say to competitors? Like, for example, I've met with Elvin, Zola. What would you say to them? Is there a chance that y'all could make a huge event together?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so because I noticed in Arizona, it's always west and east. Can we sometimes the south, the north, the central? Is there a way that Africans can have an event where all of us come?
I mean, I'm hope that everybody's coming at my events. I think I get to do a pretty good job of making sure that I don't focus on the west or east.
Oh, because I don't know if you see it on TikTok. That's always an argument. I'm from West Africa. I'm from East Africa.
Why are we buying into that? Look, the strange thing is, especially here in America,
right?
We're from our countries when we're back home. Well, we're here, we're African.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not in Nigeria.
Right.
My Kenyan friends aren't in Kenya. My Burundian friends, my South African friend, we're all in America.
True.
And in America, we're African. Do you think the average America knows the 54 countries in Africa?
I don't think so.
If I ask somebody to point Angola on a map, do you think that the average American can point Angola? They don't even think we have beds sometimes. Have you not been asked swap questions
true. Yeah, did you live in a house? Do you have a dad? Do you
do you guys sleep on trees? And the dad question's weird because I get the difference between the perception of Black American perception of the dad's never there.
Right.
I mean, particularly in Nigeria, especially on the east where we're from, family is everything.
True.
We don't have an abundance of dads walking out on. It's not so they ask the strange questions, but also it's what they've been fed
from the media, propaganda, and all that.
Yeah, I don't want to call it propaganda. I think that when people are going outside of their own culture, they're looking for the differences.
Okay.
When they're in the Middle East, back in the day, not these days, right? You would see a camel and a guy riding a camel in the desert in America. From the American perspective, that's the perception of what's going on in the Middle East. They don't take you into the cities. They don't take you into those places. So when Western folks are coming into Africa, they will fly into a city. They will drive out of the city. They will go find
to the
furthest village, finding some crazy thing that none of the rest of us in the whole country even know. This random village in the middle of nowhere is doing, and then document that, put that on National Geographic.
Right.
You're talking about TikTok.
Yeah.
Girl, I've been around a little while, so
yeah, I think I remember that, watching that back in the day, National Geographic. But that is true. But the thing is, what advice would you give Africans that are in America, even the ones back home? why are we so divided? What can we do to unite each other? Because I like the show Young Famous African, where they bring different kinds of Tanzania, Nigeria, South Africa, God, whatever. They're all there. I want to see more of that.
There's a narrative.
Okay.
But don't pay attention to it.
Okay.
I don't. You guys have been to the events that we do, right?
True.
Is it 100% West African?
No, it's a mixture.
It's a very mixed bag.
South, the West, East, even the North. I find someone from Egypt was there too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you walk in and somebody's like, "Oh, I'm an East African promoter," great, stay in that lane. I just want everybody to feel a sense of community. There's pockets of places where your hometown, like your place, should exist.
Okay.
Where you're speaking your language, you're doing your stuff. There needs to be a space for that.
Okay.
But there also needs to be middle space where you get to mix with everybody.
True.
And that's my goal. And I don't look at it like an East or West African thing.
Right.
I think the East versus West African thing is probably my people's fault.
Oh.
Well,
Nigerians?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well, it's not like we're pumping West African. Nigerian mind state is we are Pan-Africanists for the most part, but we love boasting about being where we're from.
Okay.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm the same. I'm guilty. I'm half American. I wake up every day feeling blessed that I'm Nigerian. Like it's the biggest blessing I had. Like the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life
is being Nigerian.
It had nothing to do with anything that I did. I just woke up one day and I got lucky enough to be Nigerian.
You know what? Nigerian guys are a whole different. Lord, how Niger boys, they terrify me.
Why?
Because I think because of the movies.
Well, those are movies. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to give you a sense of drama and stuff.
Yeah, but no, I feel like that drama became real life.
Some of the boys want to play around when they're younger. Look,
you think a Nigerian guy will settle down, but eventually, and just be loyal to that one girl, except for you.
I guess it's because I'm half American. Everybody thinks that's what it is. Look, it's not as if Oyibo people don't cheat or white Americans don't cheat, right?
Right.
They just do it differently. They're going on a business trip. It's a little less messy. Men are just wired differently than women. They just go out and do stuff until they get it out of their system. It's gonna happen. And
how do you feel about the Afrobeat versus Amapiano? Like some people feel like certain music is just Afrobeat, and then now Amapiano is this new big thing, but it's always been there. Because I'm South African, so it just became popular, but we always been here. So how do you feel like?
See, again, I'm in Nigeria. We don't think like that.
Okay.
Okay, look, Nigeria is a place consisted of, I think, 500 different tribes.
Ooh,
right?
Okay.
We're a very multicultural country. So it's really easy for us to embrace other cultures quickly. The differences from South Africans and Nigerians, we have a way of copying before we know how to paste, right?
Okay.
We'll see a thing, we'll like a thing, we'll absorb it into our thing. So notice Nigerians are making Amapiano music.
Yes.
Okay, it's a cultural thing for us. It's different from your guys' culture.
Okay.
Nigeria is a place where you're in a marketplace and you want to go grab an apple. Lagos is like 20 million people deep. You have to fight for everything. And the fight's not a mean fight. It's just part of life. Like, I got to get this, I got to do this. So we have a very competitive nature. I was telling a story last night. My father had a good friend of mine over all the time, right? And my friend, white American guy, right? He thought he was going to put my dad in a good mood. And he was like, "Hey, Jessie got the highest score in this class. He got a 98. That's when he started learning the cultural difference. Right. Because that 98%, I was not going to tell my father about this 98% on this test. Right. We weren't going to report that. He was going to see I had an A at the end of the year. It would have been fine. Right. But he had to open his mouth because he thought what his parents thought is acceptable was what my parents were going
You
to say.
have
You
to have 100.
One, yeah, he was the same thing. He's like, where are the other 2 points? Do I send you
my
to
parents
school?
are the same.
98% of the time, and we're striving for excellence. We want to, like Nigerians, we want to represent Africa. Like we want Africa to be big. We want it to. We feel big. We feel strong and powerful. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Is there Nigerians want to be big? Does that also include? Do they have room to include other African countries?
We do.
Because I don't know if you see like what happened with Tyler winning the award, right?
Yeah.
And then other Nigerian artists been in the game for a minute, but didn't get the chance to get the award that Tyler did. And then on TikTok and Twitter, they were like, "Why did they give it to South African? She's not even Afrobeat. She's not Mapiano."
Was the award for? I don't remember. What was the award for?
What do you mean?
What was the award that she won?
It was an Afrobeat award.
Okay.
That she won, but she does Amapiano. That's what they were saying.
I do not care what we want to call this shit.
Right.
Tyler has had a phenomenal year.
Yes.
Of course, we're gonna complain. Like Beyonce didn't win Country Artist of the Year, and she was mad about it.
Right.
And complained her way into like a Grammy over country music. But she didn't play the game like in that field. Like Tyler just she had a great year. It's not like Afrobeat artists are starving right now.
Right.
They're doing good. They just want a little bit more recognition. They're going to complain for 5 minutes. But it also comes from like, a lot of it comes from the South African side. You guys don't understand how we are culturally.
Okay.
So, like I said, we're in a space where when we do something, we do it. Right? We commit to getting it done and doing a good job at it.
Right.
Right? And we cause problems sometimes when we go out of Nigeria. We'll be in South Africa running a business the way we'd run a business in Nigeria. And it is going to be
in South Africa.
It is going to be overwhelming for the average South African because the culture is different. It's an easier vibe over there. Like you guys have it a little more chill.
What's the pettiest industry drama have you ever been in it? Because I bet you have seen so many different kinds of drama. Give me a good story of like the pettiest industry drama.
You know what? I will tell you, not of my own. I don't run into a lot of problems like this.
Oh, really?
No. I mean,
when
people talk,
right?
They get mad. I just tell them to do better. And if they want me to coach them up, I will. But they never come to me. So like every once in a while, somebody will come. I'll coach them up. I'll tell them what I know. And I hope it's open exchange. I want every other promoter that's doing this business to succeed. The more promoters we have, the more people that are meeting up on a regular basis. They're getting off their TV. They're going out and living life. We want life to happen. We want people to be meeting each other.
Do you think going out is a good influence because of the stigma? You know how African parents are very strict. When you go out, you're probably drinking, dressing appropriately, meeting the wrong people. Because I don't think you could can you meet the right person at the club?
I met my wife at a
bar,
club? Yes.
You could meet someone and you could like marry them at the club.
Of course you can.
Really? Because people mostly think that you can meet someone at church, work, school, but they stay away. Because I know
Have we not seen the world's most scallywaggiest people at church? Like, have we not? It doesn't really matter where you. You know what? When I was in college, I thought I was going to meet good girls in college.
Right.
I was wrong. When I was when I go to church, I thought I was going to meet good girls in church.
You was wrong.
I'm not going to repeat the places they wanted me to hook up with them at.
Okay.
I was wrong. You can meet. Look. There's a universal, stop looking for the right place to meet somebody and start focusing on getting your energy right to be there.
Focus on yourself.
Yes. The universal currency of the universe is energy. Really? When your energy's right, it will attract other energies to you. If it's wrong, you're not gonna get it. If you're chasing money, money will run. If you're chasing women, women will run. If you're chasing boys, boys will run.
Okay, so for example, right? Let's say, but I feel like you gotta put effort, right? Don't
you gotta put effort into yourself.
Okay.
You go to the gym, you learn how to cook, you get a good job. If you're a man, you buy a house, you show stability, you show ability to take care of others. You learn how to take care of people. You focus on you. Everything else will just kind of fall into place.
Really? Because I was thinking that you gotta be like, put yourself in that position to find someone. Put yourself in that position to get that job. Put yourself in that position in order to attract what you're looking for.
You working on yourself is putting yourself in that position.
Okay.
That is, you focus on you. That's the thing you have the most influence in the universe, or the most control over, is your autonomy.
Okay.
You focus on that and taking care of the stuff that you need to take care of. And the biggest hoe of a boy will turn into a husband.
Okay. Because people do change.
Yeah, let's say you haven't had a girlfriend that was outside all the time, sleeping with different men.
Right.
Have any one of them ever met a guy and just switched their whole pattern up? They're gonna be like, nope, I'm faithful to this man. This is like it. You got to just focus on what you're doing and not where you're at or what everybody else is doing.
So next, have you ever lost like a friendship or relationship because of what you do? Has it ever jeopardized friendships or relationships?
God, I don't think so.
Really?
No. But I am who I am. Like, I'm going to let you know all the bad stuff right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm quick to tell you things that most people would keep secret, and get that stuff out of the way. So it's just different.
Okay. And like right now, what's your current relationship status?
I'm married.
You're married. How long have you been married for?
15 years.
What advice would you give people out there to have a long-lasting relationship or marriage?
Do your role. Like, there's pink jobs and there's blue jobs.
Okay.
I know that the new age thinking isn't of that, but I just think that as a man, our job is to provide and protect.
Okay.
And as a woman, you guys do such a wonderful job nurturing and making. I can give my wife anything.
Right.
And she will take mud and turn it into bricks and build a house out of that.
Right.
And then turn that house into a home.
Right.
You guys are multipliers. We are catchers. Like, we need to go and get things and bring it back to you. We need to get you guys the resources to do the things you need to do. And that system works. We're trying a new system here in America, and it's really influencing the world, where it's like, you guys are taking on bigger roles. You guys are working. You guys are doing stuff. I really don't care for my wife working, and she can work if she wants to. Working a job sucks.
So, like, do you think that's possible in this economy?
Anything's possible, and this is America. What are you talking about?
Like, because people feel like I've spoke to guys about this question about women staying home and men working. They feel like it's not possible because of the economy. How gas is expensive, eggs are expensive, rent, all of these things. Do you think just one paycheck could really carry on the whole household?
Yeah, or run a business.
Really?
Look, paychecks, jobs are not made to make you wealthy, or they're here to carry you for a little bit, and they're good and they're safe.
Okay.
Businesses are not safe. They're risky. But it's the only way you're going to
really make it
free yourself. I mean, but there's always this issue between safety and freedom.
Right.
So it's good. I mean, I work a job and run a business. I do both. If I could, and I mean, you never want to stop working. Anyways,
right.
If I won $1 billion today in the lottery, I'd still be finding something to do with myself. Like, I still have a job that I dedicate myself to. So, yeah, you can. I don't know. It just depends. The guys have a point. If they're looking at it from their perspective, they're making, what's the average income? It's like 50,000 a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or less.
50,000 a year is hard just to make it on your own. It just depends on what you want. And, a lot of women want to work. I don't know why.
That's not me.
If I could not have a job, I wouldn't.
I do not want to have a job.
Yeah, most men, look, if we can get, okay, so let's say the average guy can, instead of making 50,000 a year, would make 100,000 a year.
Right.
And the wife didn't have to work. See, the problem is men were abusive. That was the system before.
Yep.
And some of the men, our predecessors, were a little bit abusive, and that triggered a scenario where
women wants to work and get their own money,
get their own stuff,
and also women were considered like more of a property than because you.
I don't believe in that narrative. Well, I do and I don't. I think that I'm my wife's property and she's mine. I think that there's an exchange. I don't want to say property. Property is such a bad.
Back in the day, I feel like you belonged to your father until you got married. Now you belong to your husband.
Yeah.
So you really had no rights, no money. So maybe that's why women started working to take care of yourself. Because once you depend on a man, he could do anything to you and you can't leave. You're relying on him. But if you have your own job, your own education, you're sort of free in a way.
That's true. But how free are you working a job and spending all 40 hours a week on somebody else's company instead of spending that time raising your kids and doing the real important work? Look, to be honest with you, money's not even real, right? Really? Look, is it real? Is it something that God put on this earth? We made it up. It's no different than a video game. And if you don't believe me, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin started as video game money. And it's now a real currency. Money isn't real.
Wow, I never heard that before. Money is not real.
Well, look, the realer money is to you, the less you'll have. You'll be scared to take risks. Money is a representation of things you can acquire. And sometimes we think it's our hopes and dreams. Like I said, I want you to make money. When you make money, you'll find that it wasn't what you thought it was.
Right.
And you may say, okay, so maybe I need to make more money. And then maybe you become Bill Gates.
Right.
Right? Dangote and these guys. It's not going to fulfill anything for you. Everything you need is already here. God's giving you everything you need to find fulfillment. Sometimes we trick ourselves into thinking otherwise.
Right.
And if you're doing a good job at what you're doing, the money will come naturally. Because again, what did I say? The universal currency of the universe is energy.
Right.
If energy is flowing your way, money tends to go where energy's at.
Exactly. Do you think you had to choose between love and career, or you just have both of them? Because some people have to choose between having love or having a career. Sometimes you can't have it all.
That is, I don't know. That is on your spouse or the person you're choosing. And I promise you, there is no more important decision in your life than the person you choose to spend it with. So pick your spouse like you pick your fruit. Don't be in a rush to find everything.
Really?
Yes.
Because what do you think is, I feel like people right now are searching for perfection. Back in the day, people would marry the first person they meet and they'll settle to be fine, or they'll do arranged marriage. But right now, people are very picky. I want a guy who looks like this. I want a girl who looks like that.
That stuff fades away with time.
Okay.
When you're young, you think you're going to get Halle Berry or
Beyonce, Rihanna.
One of these guys. Who's the guy that everybody's...
Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa.
I'm saying, you think you're going to get that, and you think that's what you want.
What about having a type? Do you believe in people having a type?
Yeah, people have types. I think somewhere in preteen, whatever's hot at the time ends up becoming your type.
Okay.
I've met guys that only like certain types of women.
Right.
And I asked them where they're from, and that's the type of women they like, right? I don't know. I have a theory about that. I don't know if that's true. Right. Yeah, people have types.
Okay.
But we're talking about two different things. We're talking about relationships and we're talking about marriage.
Okay.
They're different.
Do you even I feel like as Africans, most of us don't even believe in relationships. Because in my culture, we're not really allowed to date. It's just okay, you like this person, you'll talk for a while, introduce your family, you get engaged, you'll get married, and that's it. There's no really time for y'all to date. Do you feel like dating has ruined marriages?
No, by no means.
Oh, okay.
I think the idea that, and this is gonna sound bad, just stick with me. I think that the idea that marriage is about love is wrong.
Okay.
I think marriage is about family.
Okay.
I think relationships are about love. Hopefully you can find somebody, especially here, we're in America right now, right?
Okay.
Find somebody you love, that it works. But here's the thing. Before you start thinking about getting married, ask yourself, you can love the person, you can stay in the relationship for the rest of your life without getting married. Okay. Ask yourself, is this the father of my children? Is he going to be a good father? That's what I did. I asked myself, will she make a good mom to my kids? That's what you need to focus on before you decide if you're going to get married or not. You don't get in the relationship thinking about kids. You get in a relationship because you find them attractive, right? And then sparks hit, and then you go and you have fun, right? That's a relationship, right? Is love. Marriage is different, and I haven't run into this yet. But I've always been told there are going to be times where you do not love your wife and your wife does not love you. I think Michelle Obama mentioned something like that before. It's how it is. I mean, there's days, I've never gone through a long stretch of there's days when I look at my wife, I'm like, and there are more days where she looks at me and she's like, this mother.
Today drained me.
Yeah. Right. I mean, but it's just us figuring each other out. We have different ways of communicating, and we always have to figure out new ways to sort that out. But the mission stays the same. We're a family. We're building a family. We want, we have kids. We want to be an example for them. And, part of my job is to make sure that I leave the kids in a good position as I'm exiting the world, right? So everything we're building is towards that goal. We want the next generation to be better than the previous. And how many kids do you have, by the way? 3. Okay. I don't know if you feel the same way. How do you deal with friends and family who don't support you? Let's say you're about to start a business or you're promoting and you're sending these flyers to your friends and family and they don't post it or do whatever. How do you deal with that? Early on, that was a thing. Yeah. I do not care anymore. Really? Yes. I used to get mad, but they're not my friends for my business. They're my friends for something else. Maybe I make them laugh, or maybe they... Okay. You get what I'm saying? You have to make new friends and get a new circle that complements your business. Because the friends you have before you go in, you want to separate that from what you're doing. Okay. Because you feel like they should have your back. Right. And they do, in the way that they know you. You're growing in a different direction. You want to keep them where they're at because you still need to go back to that space sometimes. Okay. Right? I never thought about it like that. You just need to be a regular person. Okay. If this podcast blows up and you become famous. Right. You need your original group of people more than ever. Because what you'll find is that the more popular you get, every conversation, you'll start finding yourself asking what their angle is. And with your friend group, you don't ever have to worry about that. Because the day ones. Yeah, most people have an agenda. And they have an ask. Right. Right? They want to add, subtract, divide, or multiply, right? So they want to, take something from you or give something to help them get more, whatever the case may be, whatever everybody's angle is. the more popular you get, the more you find yourself like the conversations get less comfortable, and in the back of your mind, you're always like, okay,
are they genuine?
No, nobody's genuine. You're just asking yourself, what is it that they really want? Like you're trying to figure it out throughout the conversation. You're like, this person approached me. They need something. Maybe I can give it to them. Maybe I can't. What's it going to cost me? How much can I help them without hurting myself or my family, right? And then you just go and like you're asking yourself like, okay, what's the angle? Like, what do they need? I'm pretty open to most people. Like, I'll help wherever I can help. I don't loan money. I don't do any of that stuff because nothing ruins a relationship faster than well, loaning money and the idea of not getting back. And it sounds weird because I don't believe money's real, but the energy that you gave them is not reciprocated. That becomes a problem.
True.
And money's one of the easiest ways to find out that they are always going to take and not give back to you.
So basically, let's say you post a flyer or post a video and your friends that you grew up with, went to school with, that you live with, or whatever, do not support you.
None of them.
You'll be okay with that.
They come out once a year.
Yeah, they don't go to your events. Let's say you have an event, right? And then your friends...
I haven't seen any of my friends at an event. We have one event a year where my friends come out. And that's all I ask of them. Really? When we do the yellow party, is like, look, this is the time I want to see all my friends and family. I want to hang out with you guys. And I want to do like a little reunion once a year. And this yellow party is an excuse for you guys to come out. The rest of the time, I don't give a damn if they come out. I have a circle. You guys have never met them. Most people don't know. We talk all the time.
But they're not out with you. They don't support what you do. And you are okay with that.
Yeah, because I have to go back to a space where not everybody's trying to get something from me. And we're just having fun and laughing and talking about old times.
Okay.
Start separating your friend group from your business and start building new friendships and relationships for your business. Because it will make you angry. And there's a lot of bitter people out there.
What's something that people probably believe about you that you feel like, okay, this is not true, that you've heard about yourself?
Oh, girl, I can't pay attention to that stuff. I've been doing this so many years. I've heard the craziest, I won't get into it, but like, look, people are going to talk.
How do you like ignore what people say? Because sometimes
I just ignore it.
You just ignore, okay.
Look, if you know me, you know me. I don't need anybody that's kind of my business. If my business fails, I'm fine. I'll find something else to do. Like, am I going to try to make sure it doesn't fail? Yeah, for sure. That's the game. Like, I like the game of doing business. It's fun. But if the community comes up and says, as long as it's not a rumor that's going to get me in a police room, like where I have to go, I can care less what anybody has to say. I have my circle. I have my family. I don't need to worry about what everybody, I do what I do.
Right.
I do the good that I try to do because I do want to make a positive impact before I get out and leave this earth. And that's that. And like everything else, I let people talk. My wife, she will be out there to feel like, no. I'm like, babe, let them. They need to talk about something, gossip.
Right.
Like, let's give them something to talk about. Like, let them have fun.
I feel like that's like a bonus. If people are talking about you, like I think Cat Williams said this, if you have 3 haters today, make sure you have 10 by tomorrow.
What did I say about energy? It is the currency of the universe.
Okay.
Hate makes no difference from love. It's all energy heading your direction.
And you can pick and choose what energy you accept.
Yeah. I mean, there's rumors. I'm sure there's people talking about me.
About everyone.
Week. Yeah, about everybody.
Right.
How much benefit am I going to get from dwelling on something that isn't true that somebody said just to sound cool?
Exactly.
Or get in a gossip moment.
So now I usually do questions of the day, right? Okay. Mainly for like relationship. So my question of the day for you is, okay, what matters the most when choosing a partner? Is it looks or personality? You did mention before you need to be attracted to the person, but like for you, what do you think matters?
Look, I'm going to answer this. This is different from what most men are thinking. I promise you that. I 100% believe it's personality and integrity.
But how do you see, people said personality, but how do you see personality?
It's integrity. Again, when I was looking for my wife,
right,
the number one question is, will she be a good mother to my children?
But let's say you out, right? You're looking at, you scouting. Do you see that personality? Aren't you supposed to be attracted to that person? Then you get to know them. Then you get to see what kind of personality they have.
You asked what the most important thing is, not what the thing that's going to get you there, right?
Okay.
Look, when you're getting dressed up all cute,
right?
It's the worm on the hook when you're going fishing, right? Trying to catch.
Right.
Okay. Is the important thing the worm?
Yes.
The important thing is that you catch the fish. You want to catch your fish.
Right.
So don't get lost in the sauce with that. Like, just go in and look. If you find somebody attractive, first of all, I don't know what it's like to be a woman.
Okay.
But I've observed over the years, I don't think you guys find anything physically attractive, like specifically, there's no universal, super attractive quality that all women find
in a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you guys, I don't know. I just feel like it's more about security for you guys. Like you guys are attracted to physical, financial, emotional security. So a guy that can make you laugh provides, shows intellect and also gives you a, emotional security. A big buff guy. That's why girls are attracted to gangbangers. That's why, because there's physical security, right? And then there's like financial security. That's why women are attracted to rich guys. You don't have to worry. You get to live the soft life. You guys like security more than everything. Men, we're looking at Nyash. Like we're just like, because, but also, that's like birthing hips, or like she looks like she could have children, or she like in the back of our mind. It's not what we're thinking in our minds, but it's like your reptilian brain, right? Like that's the thing that it's looking to spread seeds as a man, right? That's what it's designed to do, from what I'm understanding of, or from what I can see. These are just observations. I don't know if it's any of this is fact or just how I see the world.
Okay. So bonus question. Do you have any like projects coming up that we should know about? Any events?
Yes.
Let us know. Shout them out.
So we've been doing these boiler rooms. They've been fun.
Boiler rooms, okay. Explain
we haven't been advertising it like we do most of the events. Okay. So we've been trying to do smaller boiler room parties. We want to keep them like 15 to 20 people. We haven't successfully done that yet. Usually it just keeps growing. We like have to lock. I think the last one we did was in Tempe. Okay. And we had like 100 people outside, and I was like, had to turn them away when we had like 40 people in the building. Like the boiler room stuff. The DJ gets to be down there. You get to interact with the DJ instead of the DJ being on stage.
Okay.
Yeah, like we want to create spaces where it's just, and we're trying to keep it small, but it's just growing faster than we want it to. While doing what we do. I think we did the Hole in the Rock. We went out there to shoot content for like 15 minutes. Okay. The DJ was going to set up. We were going to play. Everybody there asked us to stay for like 2 hours. They were like, hey, we started packing up. They're like, no. Can you guys play another song? Can you guys keep going? We were like, you sure? We don't want to disturb everybody's. They're like, no, everyone's loving this. And we were just playing Afrobeat music because we want to show, like, we want to spread Afrobeat. Again, it's Afrobeat to the world. Right. Typical Nigerian. I just want to, like, I think we have something amazing. We want to spread it to enjoy. Same thing. We love Amapiano music. Okay. We're not trying to steal Amapiano music from South Africans. Okay. Culturally. It's just how we are.
You think you're trying to more promote it? Yes. Instead of, okay.
Look, we see something. We love it. The first thought is, let's go do it. And see how well we can do it. And then do the thing. But that's also why Nigerians are madly successful. Like, we see a thing that we like, we get involved, and we do it to the best of our ability. And it's not like we're doing bad jobs at any of the stuff that we're doing. Nollywood's producing out a lot of films. We're all loving it. We're all watching it. Afrobeats is what opened the door for Amapiano to even, look, I'll say that the Nigerian artist messing around with Amapiano is growing the Amapiano, the knowledge of Amapiano right now, because Nigeria has the microphone. And we're ready to amplify whatever the hell's going on in Africa. Like, I promise you that we want Africa to succeed. Now, don't get it wrong. We also want to be the best. Like, we also want to be, but that's a cultural thing. We don't want 98% on our scores. We want 100.
100. But that's the majority of Africans. They're all raised to, like, you have to be the best. If you're going to be the doctor, you have to be the best doctor in that room. Be the best surgeon, be the best pilot. Whatever you need to do, you have to be the best. So I feel like it's sometimes kind of hard when everybody's trying to be the best. Like,
no, competition is so amazing.
Okay.
Look.
As long as it's not dangerous. And
yes. So my competition and my rivals are my best friends. Oh. They're the only ones that know the pains that I go through.
And they go through it too.
Yes.
Okay.
And so often the thought process is I want to beat them and I want to make them go away. And that is a mistake. You want competition. Okay. Last night I had a really great event. The amount of people we had was like, we had a lot of people at the event. We had a packed, sold out house.
Right.
I'm still mad that we didn't make the bottle sales from another event that happened a few weeks ago.
Okay.
As successful as it was, I was mad. I know it's Ramadan, like we were going to lose half of our crowd, but I don't care. I just
did like, anyway.
I want to win. And then I want my competitor to see that, and then I want them to beat me. And then I want to come back, and I want to beat them. And I want them to come back, and they beat me. And I want to volley, like I want to have that fun. I don't want to just be the only person out. When I don't have competition, it's harder for me to like, for example, right now the projects we're doing, right? We have the Boiler Room. I'm doing Afrobeats and anime, which I'm very excited about.
Afrobeats and anime.
I don't know if you like anime, but there's a lot of us that love both.
Okay.
And this is a personal project for me. I've been wanting to do it. So it's going to be simple. It's a cosplay friendly event. We're going to have anime on the screen and Afrobeat music. I honestly think Afrobeat music is the best party music on the planet.
True. There's no cursing. There's no like downgrading anybody. It's just a vibe.
It is. And people are having fun. And when you go into an Afrobeat party, any other party, I can say I can go to a country bar and have fun. And I will. I can say I can go to hip hop. The hip hop clubs right now are just, it's a lot of flexing. It's a lot of things that doesn't resonate with my soul right now.
Right.
But I love hip hop music. It's the best. Like seeing Kendrick do his thing this last year has been the best.
Right,
like,
right.
That made my entire summer.
Super Bowl was lit.
Oh my God. Just seeing all that. And now the internet's made it so like people are breaking things down. I don't know if the artist means to do this or not, but there's just all this entertainment around the actual act of the music and the, you've seen all the post Super Bowl performance breakdowns.
Yes.
Oh, Kendrick did this to symbolize
this.
Right.
I love all that.
Yeah, it's so fun. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. People should be embracing their competition. They should understand that their competition is the only. Nightclub promoting is such a weird space to be in. I know there's a lot of people that think they're promoters. But they're not like the person that's doing all of the producing the whole thing, right? The head promoter is really the one creating the production, the vibe, hiring the right DJs, getting the right crowd. It's such a weird space to be in. A lot of people will know you. You can't keep track. You can only, as a human being, you can probably only remember a couple hundred people at a time. And I have to deal with thousands. So like, I'm always trying to like, I know where I'm from, where I know them from. Like,
where do I know them from?
All day. And it's like, but it's just from me doing so many years of that. Only other promoters can really understand, like, dealing with the pain points that I have to deal with venue owners, dealing with stuff that we want to do, like how to promote. Like, they know how much work it takes. You guys think we post a flyer and people just come out. No,
there's a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah. You haven't gotten a million DMs from me? Like with a flyer just come out like, hey, this is what's going on. I know that when I post, and you were talking about your friends may not like your post, they may not even see it. Remember, social media typically only shows 5%, and if the engagement runs up, then it will start running up to all your people. So a lot of the time, your people aren't even seeing the stuff you're getting mad about. Meanwhile, you're in the background like,
damn, they hating. Why they not supporting?
I got no friends. I got haters. I got, like,
I got what they call them, wandering spirits or whatever.
Frenemies.
Exactly.
There's no shortage of days. Look, that's not what it is. It's just a number. It's just a matter of
algorithm of Instagram.
And plus they're curating their own little thing, even though it's not going to go anywhere. It's not important. They're like, oh, this is for an opportunity. My wife and I have 2 different social medias. I don't take pictures of myself. I don't even like seeing myself on video.
Right.
I just like seeing the world from, like, I like looking out at everybody else, right? I don't like looking at myself, like, I know what I look like.
Right. But memories, and to save it,
But I have the memories. Like, there are things that I remember that nobody will ever see, and it's just mine. It's a personal thing. Like, there are things that I can share with other people. But the things I want to share with other people are like my events.
Right.
And your competition helps. Iron sharpens iron. And notice this. Have you ever seen, let's use restaurants and nightclubs, right?
Okay.
Restaurants that have competing restaurants next to competing restaurant next to competing restaurant tend to do better than if it's just a restaurant standing off alone. Notice that nightclubs are all grouped in areas. Yeah. They're standoff nightclubs you've never heard of, but they're not in the entertainment districts that were built. Things work together. Again, iron sharpens iron. Best thing you can do when you're doing social media is connect with other social media people.
Exactly.
You want to help their brand, they're going to help your brand. And that's
you'll
just
help
how
each other.
We're social creatures. We need that community. Do I want to win? Yes. Do I win a lot of the time?
Yes.
A lot. And I'm blessed for it. Every once in a while, I get lucky enough to lose. And then it sets me back and I'm like, oh, I got to do all kinds of different stuff.
I've survived the hot seat. I am complete with asking you all the questions that I need to ask. I want to make sure that people support your work. Is there dates that we need to be aware of events?
March 7th, March 16th, and March 28th.
Oh, okay.
So we have a boiler room.
Right.
Coming up, and we'll have it on the For the Culture AZ page.
Okay.
Then we have Fab's hosting an event, and we're going in on with him the Afrotherapy Day Party.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm very excited about.
Okay.
And Fab's doing such an amazing job. He's making all the promotion material. So, like, he is killing it right now.
Right.
So that is going to be good. And it's at a wonderful event. Like, it's at the Grand.
Okay.
Which is a space that we haven't been in yet.
I don't think I'm familiar with that one yet.
Club Downtown or the Grand.
Okay.
Typically, it's a big Latin club. It's right there downtown. See, it's a space we haven't been in yet.
Okay, okay.
A new day party spot for us to potentially grow in. And then the most exciting thing is Afrobeats and anime. And if you like anime, come.
Okay, definitely. Make sure y'all check out Jesse's page. Follow up with his journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow him and me. And thank you so much for watching. Bye. I'm your host, Sargie Rhonel.
And do it. Bye, baby.